Hey guys, morning. How are you guys doing today? Did I say the game dev said it's 7 a.m. where he is?
Yeah.
Wow. So I have one more Suncatcher here. Got this guy that I'm going to work on. He's the last of them. Can you give me that flashlight right there? Thanks. Hey, lucky me, Linda. Good morning. How are you? Hey, Docs and Grandma. This one's going to be interesting. It's so tiny. Hold on, I gotta get the plastic off of here. There we go. Let me see here. Kind of where it comes. Guess I'll do the ones first. There they are. Now I got double lights. That's good. Oop. What is that? Get that out of there. So, how's everybody doing today? How's the weather? I pinned the eBay link at the top. I have 2 things up for auction. I have to add more. I haven't gotten to do that yet. But if you guys want to check out the link, it's up there. $7:31, huh? I'm surprised you're awake. Did you go to bed? Did you go to bed? No, you went to bed pretty late last night, right? You're working on solar lanterns. Nice here so far. Did Mel and Red make it home? I was wondering the same thing, Docs and Grandma. Solar lanterns. That's cool. I got something in my throat. Sorry, guys. Stupid weather here during day. Need air on. And at night, heat. I forgot to switch last night and house was freezing this morning. Oh, I'm sorry, Linda. It was only 11 when you went to bed? They broke down last night?
Yeah, but they got going again.
Yeah, but they got going again last night. I was watching them. Did they get home yet, Game Dev? Really? Oh, I didn't know that. They broke down again.
Really?
Yeah, they're an hour away now.
What'd they do? Go to sleep?
I guess. So they slept in the car? Hey, Cam. Yes. Yeah, they slept in their car. Wow, I really thought they were gonna make it last night. Oh, you just talked to Mel? Aw. Poor Mel and Red. Well, I hope they make it home. They need repairs done. I doubt they will make it home without help.
They got Michael at the house.
Yeah.
They just need to get home and they can fix it.
At the moment, they're on their way, but to make it back to Florida with Dad, they're going to need money for the repairs, I believe. Yeah, probably, Game Dev. First, I got to figure out what's going on with the car. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Thank you for coming to the room. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm just finishing up the Suncatcher. This is the last one. I'm going to try to figure out some other crafting ideas for you guys. I'm good. It's a wire short or bad alternator, not very expensive if it's the alternator, but I think it's a ground issue from the starter fix. Maybe they unplugged the wire on accident. Yeah, that is true, Game Dev. I mean, it's hard to find a good mechanic that you can actually trust that knows what they're doing. Thankfully, we found one. It's a Honda though, so I mean my car should have broke down how many times when we were driving it. I couldn't believe how long that car ran for. Yeah, no, that's always the problem too. How much is the part gonna cost? Yeah, Red said that he would be able to have somebody look at it. He just has to get it home. Oop. My little light went out. Huh. I think we should all invest in AAA. Oh, yeah. All right, let me see here. I'm going to work on these fours here. How do I do it with my scissor? Gotta find that. Hey, Wendy, how are you doing today? Good to see you.
Hello.
Hey, Kathy. Oh, yeah, Kim. It really depends on what... It really depends on what kind of AAA you have. Like how... what your membership covers. The mileage that they're willing to take you.
They usually don't let you ride in the front.
No, they usually don't let you ride in the front.
Especially in New Jersey, they do not want to help you at all. If they even come out.
They're not really supposed to help like that. God, I got something stuck in my throat. What is going on? I have AAA will tow 100 miles. Yeah. They normally do that. And also it depends on what driver you get too. It really depends on the
If you're a
driver.
chick by yourself, you're pretty good. But if you got guys with you, there's no chance the guy's getting anything on the way back.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess if you're a girl, sometimes they'll help you out more than they would if you were a male. Doing okay, just worried about the fallout and effects we are going to have long term from train explosion.
Yeah, we've been watching that.
Finally found a new phone, just have to go get it now.
So, the chemical that was being released from the train derailment is called vinyl chloride. Now, when you burn vinyl chloride, it becomes a noxious, toxic gas that they used in warfare to gas people out of trenches during World War II. It's the exact same compound that was used to kill people in war. And they openly did that above you guys in Ohio. Not to mention the poisonous cloud that is circling around the world right now. That can land anywhere in the water system, the soil, your pet's lungs, your lungs. Vinyl chloride is probably one of the most noxious chemicals to ever light on fire.
Wow, found a third chemical now. Can't remember what it was. Hey, Rob.
I think to move that amount of that chemical on a rail system that is prone to derailments and things like that now should be illegal. I don't even think you should be able to move that on the ground. They need to come up with some kind of system to move that, or have a special rail system or something to move chemicals like that in a contained area to where they can't explode.
What were they moving it for anyway?
Just to bring it to a facility to use the vinyl chloride in some kind of manufacturing or processing plant. But still, they sneak these chemicals and this hazardous material right by your houses without telling you. They don't mention it. And then they don't even tell you for 3 days that that noxious vinyl chloride gas was leaking out into your houses.
It was so nice outside yesterday, warm. Was leery to go out, but did enjoy some of the weather. It was 65 here yesterday. Windy.
Well, guys, you got to just be careful, man. Do not believe anything the government is telling you right now about your safety. Absolutely nothing. Don't believe not one word of it. If you guys seriously think that the government's going to save you, just go walk into that cloud now.
Isn't this almost like the same thing that happened with the Chernobyl crap? Like where they didn't
What
tell
Chernobyl? Well, basically, the people of East Palestine basically nuked their own state with a noxious gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
They nuked basically their own population, because the vinyl chloride's not going to go away. It's going to stay in the water system. It's going to stay in the air. It's going to leave a residue on everything. So if you're walking around outside and you're not really concerned about your health, you're all right. But if you do have some concerns, this is the kind of chemical that 30 years from now, people are going to get cancer within, a 5,000-mile radius around the epicenter of this thing.
Wendy says, Jay, we have well water. We're 177 miles west of where it happened. What do you think about what the atmosphere is going to do to our well water?
Well, your well water is susceptible still, because the rainwater is going to wash those chemicals down into the well eventually. I mean, you're far enough away that the damage to you would be probably minimal, but you got to imagine that once this vinyl chloride is burned, and I can't remember the actual gas it makes once it turns into a vapor, but that is going to be carried around the world in the jet stream and the cloud systems, and then eventually when the water condenses over an area and it starts to rain, it's not just dropping rain anymore. It's going to be dropping this vinyl chloride and all this other chemicals that were released into the air. It's going to be dropping that as well in small doses. But you have to imagine, whatever small doses of radiation that was blown up in 1935 or 1940 during nuclear testing, that radiation has been circling the planet for the last 40, 50 years. So it's the same thing. They're slowly poisoning us. We're slowly being poisoned. Think about all the cases of cancer that have arose, all the cases of Down syndrome, all the cases of all these problems that have happened since nuclear testing. And it's not a coincidence. They could do it in an island thousands of miles off the coast of the country. And that, like I said, that wind will bring that nuclear fallout and those chemicals around the entire planet. Chernobyl, when Chernobyl happened over in Ukraine, not only did they try to cover it up and they tried to pretend like it didn't happen, and that made things worse because the rest of the population of the world wasn't aware that a deadly noxious cloud of radioactive material was circling the planet. So we're still dealing with those effects. That stuff is still in the air to this day. It's in your water systems already. It's in the soil. Now the EPA will come along and say that let's say a 0.2 microns or whatever, however they measure this, okay? This year, or like 20 years ago, the normal dosage of those microns that was considered safe or something like that would have been like 0.20, right? Every year it goes up. The EPA and everyone that's involved with the protection of the environment, they change the levels of safety. They raise it. So that way that you don't think that the dosage that's going in your body is affecting you, but it is, and it has been for the last 50, 60 years. It's just, the people that are in charge of our safety are not doing their job. They're not doing their job.
Rob says, what did Rob say? I live in Ohio, and this is the first I've heard of them.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And
I'm not trying to be mean, dude, but it's not national media because they don't want the rest of the world to know that a toxic gas fume is flying over their land.
And then
the reporter that went to go report it got arrested. What else? The mainstream media has picked this up, but actually, I'm going to be honest. I hate mainstream media, but Fox, Tucker Carlson has done a pretty good job of blowing the doors open on this. I'm not, I steal their interviewees. So I poach out of their backyard because I don't like them. But in actuality, guys, we really gotta, I sit home all day and I watch current events about what's going on all over the world. Currently, right now, as we're talking, there is protests in France. All right, Paris, France, they have protests. They haven't stopped protesting. They've been protesting. There's mass murders going on in South Africa of white people. Let's see. There's millions of things going on all over the world, and we're focused on silly shit. That's what upsets me. But Rob, if you don't know, East Palestine, Ohio, there was a trail derailment about a week or plus ago. They waited 3 days to let the public know and evacuate that there was a noxious chemical called vinyl chloride being seeped into the soil, into the air. Their idea of getting rid of vinyl chloride is to burn it and destroy it and have it sent straight up into the atmosphere. Now, if you do your research, World War II, they used to burn vinyl chloride and create a noxious fume, like close to mustard gas. It affects your airways. It shuts down your nervous system. It does a lot of bad things to your body and kills you.
seemed to have said cyanide. Is that
Cyanide was the other chemical that they had. Why would they be transporting all these things together? That seems like a very dangerous recipe for disaster if it were to happen. And with all the food processing plants going up in flames, do you guys know that 2 separate food processing plants had 2 separate small aircraft crash into them? Isn't that a weird coincidence? What about all the other ones? The one food processing plant that burned up from a boiler fire. All these other fires from the food processing plants have been unexplained. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just putting some facts into your guys' ears. You can make your own decision. I'm just watching everything going on around the world right now. Israel, Iran, North Korea, China, Russia, Ukraine, Germany, France. There's thousands of things going on that are more important and bigger than the small little bullshit we got on in our own lives. And most of us are buried in Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, whatever it is, being entertained all day, watching our Amazon Fire Stick or Roku. And we're so far into our own heads and our own personal fears that we're not watching what's going on around the world. And it's a telltale sign that something bad is happening. I'm not trying to fearmonger. It's a crafting channel. But I just want to put the idea into your heads that there are absolutely things you should be concerned about. And this trail derailment isn't the only one. There's more trail derailments. Derailments, sorry.
Rob says he's 3 hours and 45 minutes from where it took place.
North or south, east or west. Because the cloud, last it was moving a southeastern direction. And the fallout zone of ground zero is huge. The fact that they allowed these people to move back into their houses already is a problem. Now, one's got to think, how do you get rid of a town without taking it over with military and getting everybody out? and buying them all out like they used to do in the 40s and 50s when they used to take over, cities and neighborhoods. How do you get them out? You gas them out. You make it poisonous to where they don't want to come back. Make it their decision. What's going on in East Palestine, Ohio, besides the trail derailment? What's out there? Are there pharmaceutical companies, weapons testing labs, military bases? What's going on in East Palestine besides the trail derailment? Look into that. What's going on out there? I don't know. I'm asking you guys. You guys live closer. I don't know what's going on out there. But
Wendy said that she heard that they use one of the chemicals to make PVC pipe.
Probably. But that vinyl chloride, that certain chemical that everyone's talking about, when it's burned, it's used as a gas, a poisonous gas that they used in World War II to kill soldiers and kill people. Now, the one thing they didn't really count on with the poisonous gas release was that it would drift off into a town and kill the population of the town. So that's why we stopped using gas warfare against the Geneva Convention. It's a war crime now. But our own government released that toxic gas on its own population in a quote-unquote controlled release or a controlled burn. You're telling me that a hazmat crew couldn't have cleaned that up in a couple months' time? Oh, that's right. We can't stop the rail cars from moving because everyone that's involved with the railways is just big money-making machines. They don't invest back into the rail system. They line their pockets with money and no one else benefits. We could have such a faster rail system in this country, but they refuse to add to it. They refuse to repair it. They just keep stuffing all the money, all the grants that the government give them, all that into their pockets.
Rob says Southwest.
You're Southwest. All right, you should be okay. But if I were you, I would go on the website. I got to find the website. Let me look for it right now. I'm going to find the website. It's going to show you a map of the affected areas and the projected affected areas thereafter. So that way your guys are caught up. Let me see if I could find the link.
What did Game Dev say? Did you know that ABS plastic, when burnt, puts off cyanide? All these people 3D printing and breathing this shit in small amounts.
Wow. I didn't know that, Dev. I knew you can extract cyanide from apple seeds. I know with enough apple seeds, you can extract enough cyanide to take somebody out. Mm-hmm. I know cyanide also deteriorates the inner lining of aluminum. I'm pretty sure cyanide acts with aluminum. So if you squirt it into somebody's tires of their car, I watched this on some like crime show, but like if you squirt it in the air valve of their tires, the cyanide, enough of it, it'll melt the rim away and then blow the tire while they're driving. Oh. Rip the rim run off.
Oh, interesting.
Enough of it. Allegedly, I saw it on TV. I don't know if it's real. Hold on. Affected area of East Palestine. Wow. It won't even come up in the Google search. I have to type the entire thing out. That's how much they're trying to suppress this. All right, so I have a picture here. Okay. Let me see if I can zoom in.
Wendy said, what did she say? My son-in-law is a conductor for Norfolk Southern. He used to run those tracks all the time. Thank God he does a different route now.
So that's the affected area. That green circle right there would be the outer safe zone. You know what I would do? I'd move the fuck out of Ohio. I'd move out of PA. I'd move anywhere that this cloud could go over my house. I would go for a long time. That's it. This, for those people in the red and the yellow, this is a bug out situation. That's what this is. This is an emergency situation. They have to expect that they are going to abandon the rest of their stuff in their house. So they must take everything they need and get out of there. That's not going to be a safe area to go back to. I don't care what the government tells you. I don't care. They're going to tell every official to shut the fuck up. They're going to cover it up, and they're going to clean it up nice and quietly so nobody knows. And then meanwhile, the people that are in this area, you're going to have long-term effects. You will have long-term effects. People are already seeing their pets, their livestock, they're dying. The fish, the natural animals in the habitat, they're all dying. And then they're telling people it's safe to go home. Do we really believe that?
Yeah, lots of animals dying from it.
I know, Game Day. It's just on my phone. It's just my go-to. I hate Google. I hate all these big corporations, man. I hate all these big companies. Done nothing but slowly turn us into zombies. Well, I don't know. I don't want to take over Jen's crafting with theories about how the government should have protected us when they had an
everyone's
opportunity.
talking about it anyway.
I'm just saying, though, like, you know, I don't want to make your channel about conspiracy theories or whatever some crazy guy's saying, you know. You have pretty stuff that's nice in here. I'll do a live in a little while after Jen gets off.
Well, Wendy said she watched Aaron Brockovich. She had a lot of things to say on this. I watched that too.
Yep, Aaron Brockovich, perfect example about that town needing a whistleblower right now. It needs people. It needs everyone out there with their cell phones recording. Everyone. The cleanup, the response team, every meeting at every town hall, what they're doing with the kids, businesses in the area. Are they closed? Are they receiving any kind of compensation from the railway? We need to investigate everything going on with that. We can't let this die. We can't let this go away.
Oh, Wendy, I have it at the top is pinned the eBay. I have 2 things up on eBay for auction. I still have to add a bunch of other ones. But I put them up for auction because I thought that was the best way to do it.
Jen's store is currently available. Let me copy the link and throw it in the chat for you. And if you guys are unaware, she also has a bonfire store where you can pick up your own personal, authentic, official Jersey Jet apparel. Yeah, Wendy, and then click on the little icon for her name, and it'll bring you to her page. And you can see all the different stuff she's got up there.
Well, I only have 2 things right now. I gotta add more.
It's not really pretty much for a profit. It's more for just helping Jen fund more projects for you guys to watch.
Yeah.
If you guys have a specific thing you want her to try, it's going to cost like $20-$30, you know, and you want to see her do it. You know, that's what we ask, because it's hard to keep the material and the things going here for you guys to watch on the budget we got. So, but I did just have a woman call, and she needs a room painted, a floor put down, her sink repaired, and a countertop. And the only thing I'm going to pass on, because we're getting out of here soon, is the countertop. I don't have time to take the measurements, bring it to the countertop store, have it cut, and then put it in. I don't have time for all that. It's going to be a couple weeks for that turnaround time. So, but yeah, thank you, Wendy. She spent a lot of time on that that wreath one that you're probably looking at from that that link. She spent a lot of time doing that one. She even made it nicer by putting the white in the flag instead of the pink, because I don't know what American flag they were designing when they made that thing, but there's no damn pink.
Somebody told me that that was the old flag, like the original.
Huh. I didn't know that, Game Dev.
So I don't know. Is that what he just said? Oh. You can make a wish list on Amazon. People can send her things from Amazon and buy them for her to make.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even think of that either. I was just thinking of, like, maybe somebody at home seen, like, you know, a Christmas decoration art thing that they want to see done. You know, you
Yeah.
want to see somebody do it, and they just whatever. But yeah, I like that idea better, Game Dev. That's pretty cool. I think we're gonna get on that after Jen gets off.
Yeah, and I still got to add some stuff to the eBay auctions too.
I am gonna go work on the bug out truck.
I got a couple things that I still want to add on there. And then eventually, yeah, I will make an Amazon wish list.
I can see Mona wearing that. Hell yeah.
Mona wants that
That wreath.
that wreath. Yeah, that a lot of people do. That's why I put it on auction.
It's a really nice wreath. I like that. I gotta get clothes on. I ran out of smoky sticks, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the next hour and a half, but it's gonna be stressful. Only thing you gotta think about will be it will show your city and state to who buys you something, but it will not show your address. All right, game dev.
That's all right.
Now, do I have to put what's on my ID, or can I just put anywhere? Because we're technically like all over, but I mean, we got addresses, but we don't use them. Well, I don't. I'm currently using one of them. But I don't think that's a big deal, dude. Like, I used to be worried about people finding out my phone number and address until I got doxxed and my phone number and address were out there for 10 months. And not one of these little pussy trolls ever tried to come by and do anything or say anything to my face. So I ain't worried about it, man. And I implore them to come and find us and to try that. Because I won't talk shit online about what I'll do to them. All I want them to know is that their family will find them unrecognizable when they get the body. And that's a motherfucking promise.
Oh yeah, no, I know it doesn't have to. It can't be a PO box. I know that.
Yeah,
and it doesn't get the
address.
actual address. Oh, thank you, Lucky Me, Linda. I appreciate
that. Thank you so much. Did I miss a call? Scam. Oh, it's okay. I had 40-something scam calls yesterday. And now they're at the point where they're just calling me to be dickheads because I keep going off on them. And then I get the trolls that have my number that call and try to do like these little prank joke things. But the one time they did it, I was standing next to a cop. The cop took all the information, and they're going to look into it. Even though it's a fake generated number, it still comes from the IP address they're using on their device. And that's still attached. So I tried that one time and got caught pranking people because the police called me back and said I can't do that. It wasn't anything derogatory or violent or anything. I was just busting people's balls. And that I used to work with. And the cops actually called me and told me they found me by my device identification number. Each device that you use, that you sign into with your email or anything like that, they all have ID numbers.
Of course. They know where we are all the time.
All the time. To think that the government doesn't know what you're doing every second of the day is very naive. They straight tell you, the Patriot Act, they tell you we're gonna snoop into your life for no reason whatsoever. But we'll let Al-Qaeda and child sex traffickers get away with their shit. And while we're at it, let's just let 10,000 illegal people over the border every day. But we're going to keep a thumb on our own population. Yeah, VPNs are good. A lot of the trolls out there are too stupid to use them, though, game dev. Like, I know 2 people personally already that were idiots and screwed up. I'm not going to tell them how they screwed up, but they screwed up, and I found out that that was them that called me. Telescope's been giving my number out.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to hit that like button.
I can't wait to go for this road trip, man. We're going to stop by so many different cool places and see so many different cool people. We're just going to pop up at their local bar or their liquor store and wait for them to come, and then we'll follow them home. And then I'll wait in the darkness.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out if they're going to keep their channel up or not. Let's see. But yeah, I'm going to get really, really good, cool footage of different things in different people's towns and maybe the place where their mother works or something like that, We're going to have some fun when we're out on the road, let me tell you. I don't want to make it boring for you guys. I know why you're coming in. But the difference between me and the trolls is that every time I said I was going to do something, you guys watched me go do it. So I cannot wait. I even got half the camper packed up, guys. I'm ready to roll like immediately. But I just picked up work, so I got to finish that up here real quick. That's going to be a nice payday. So.
Oh, yeah. I gotta...
Remember? I made $100 off putting their doorbell in.
Yeah.
So putting the floor, painting the room, the faucet, and whatever other little things they got me doing while I'm over there. That'll put us on the road.
Wendy said, cool, we're only 5 houses down from the bar.
Wendy! No, I mean, if I hang out with you guys, Wendy or Kim or Game Dev or any of you awesome people, the supporters, the family that we've made, if I hang out with any of you guys, it's going to be an absolute riot. We're going to have a fun time, man. I want to drag you guys to a tattoo place and all get tattoos together or something. Like, we're going to have some, it's going to be a shit show. We're going to have a fun time. But if I find the trolls, you guys won't hear a word from me. All you're going to hear is a troll get online and they're going to say, that's it, I'm done. I don't want to fuck with this anymore. My life's in danger. The police won't do anything about it. And this guy's still on the loose and we have no idea who he is. And I'll have alibis. So.
It will never happen. I hate tattoos. It would distract me.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. But Kim Yo, my uncle, he was doing better. My aunt, who's watching him and helping him out, she just caught COVID, so we can't go over there for right now. I gotta, like, it's kind of holding me up because I gotta go over to the shed and get the rest of my stuff. And I need to do it on a warm day when I can gut the entire shed and get everything I need. Because there is stuff I need for the bug out truck that's in storage. I need stuff I need to install in the camper that's in storage. Clothes, food, you name it. Everything I need is in this shed. But yeah, Wendy, we'd have a blast, man. Ask anybody who hangs out with me. I mean, even Telescope, as much of a piece of crap he is, he's still admitted to having a blast with me. And, like, how else was he going to get a tent up in the middle of the night so he can piss in it? You know? He's got to have somewhere to go to the bathroom when he's too drunk. Ah, see, here we go. Now the numbers are going up because we're talking shit. I know how to get you guys in here. But, yeah, you know, I was able to put his tent up in the dark while drunk and never seeing that tent before in my life with no directions. I was able to help him put that up. I can't imagine how long it would have took him to get the tent up. He probably would just staked it to the ground, zipped it up, and slept in it like a big bag.
Probably.
Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate that. Yeah, I know. When it rains, it pours for my family. Trust me. When it rains, it pours. We can't just have open heart surgery. Then we had to have blood clots. And then we couldn't just have blood clots. Everything's getting better. Then they got COVID over there. But Jen's stepdad is doing much better.
Yeah.
And her mom's walking around. So that means our time here is pretty much coming to an end in Jersey. Now that they're back on their feet, I'm going to wait for my aunt to get done with being sick. She didn't get... Oh, no, she did get the V. I forgot to be around the kids. Yeah. So my cousin's a selfish prick. Some, Yahoo ritzy fuck who works at a country club, right? His wife is a, I don't know, I guess a wannabe New Jersey housewife, right? So I don't care because my cousins, they're too good for me. So I don't really give a shit if I'm talking about them. But they can't even go over and see my uncle and to check up on him, help him out. That's his mother's house that he's staying at, my cousin. And in order to see the kids, he forced his own mother to get the V word against her will. It was either get the V word or you can't see your grandkids. That's some fucking bullshit. I would never put that ultimatum on my father. Ever. Not anybody that I cared about. I would never make them take an experimental drug for my own peace of mind. If you're that scared, right? Don't expose your children to the outside world. Put them in a fucking bubble, cover it with alcohol, and never let anybody touch it. If you're that scared of that. Thank you, Kim. I really appreciate that. Amen. I know, yeah, Wendy, he probably would have just laid on top of the tent or slept in his, I don't even know what to call that. He's the first person to jump all over the squirrels about trying to get their car fixed, right? But they're smart. When something breaks on their car, they fix it so they don't have more broken shit. Telescope will sit there and let the thing die. And then his girlfriend will buy him a new car. He's not worried about his car. He drives like, what is that, a Toyota Corolla? Or a little Civic or something? I don't even know what, no, it was like a Mazda Protege. I don't know what the hell it was. I got pictures of it with his license plate and all that shit. I have no problem putting that up. I don't give a fuck about him anymore. So, his address, phone number, everything. Maybe it'll pop up on a troll account somewhere. And I don't give a shit. Go ahead. You already put my number out there, Telescope, and I know for a fact because someone called me and told me you gave him the number. Yeah, I got moles too. So, we'll have fun, dude. You want a war? You ain't fucking with the right person, I'll tell you that. I'll stay quiet for a long time, but when I explode, it's going to be bad. That's why when we get pulled over, my license gets run. 6 more cops show up. Game Dev, you know what's funny is people actually consider what Jeff or Telescope or any of these loser ass trolls who live in their mom's basement say. But in actuality, in reality, they are not even threats. They're not even credible threats.
Aw, poor Kim. She said that she had a dream of us and we had a lot of fun in her dream.
Oh, yeah?
And then, where is it? But he's like, oh, my Kim is getting kinky. So she said, no, not getting kinky. I had a dream that Jersey came. We drove around the Bay Area. I'm not that kind of girl.
No, Kim is
She's getting all flustered. Guys.
I know. Kim is not that kind of girl. Kim is... That's the last woman, I think, ever that I would consider. She's over you, babe. Sorry. She's the most godly, Jesus-loving person I've ever had on our channel.
Yes.
I know you are too, but you already gave yourself up to me, so.
Yes.
Yeah, it don't work.
Alrighty. Good to know.
Oh, I'm just kidding. They want to make a lawsuit against Red for allowing him to have a channel. Oh,
what?
That's amazing. Look at the time they waste on that, Game Dev. Isn't that funny, dude? While we're doing fun shit and like having a good life, they're literally wasting all of their time to try to shut somebody up because they're more popular than them.
Yeah, that's exactly why they're doing it.
That's the only reason they're doing it.
And then what are they going to do if that was to happen? They don't even have any contact because all they do is use everybody else's.
What are they going to do when everyone comes over to my house afterwards? Or they go to Game Dev's? Or are they going to shut them all down? Good luck. YouTube's been trying to shut me down for the last 10 months and they can't do it by themselves. You gonna tell me some random ass idiot with 400 subscribers is gonna fucking shut me down?
Yeah,
or
but
shut Red down?
The whole point is if they shut our channels down, they shut everybody else's channels
down. against YouTube, I say.
Nobody's going to watch them.
Yeah, I'm sure that lawsuit's going to go somewhere. Telescope and his infinite amount of endless money that he's got to fund that. I'm sure a lawyer's going to jump right on that case. You kidding me? There's fucking people out there like Marjorie Taylor Greene who work in politics who got banned from Twitter and still can't do shit about it. And you're telling me some no-name idiot with a couple subscribers from fucking Virginia or West Virginia is gonna where does he live? Maryland or West? No, Maryland, right? Yeah, Maryland, up in the mountains, where if we go up there, we'll die. Like, none of us know how to fucking move around the mountains. None of us are military trained. None of us need to get more than 400 yards from you. See, some of us out here are a lot more serious than you. So when you talk shit, we just fucking laugh at you. But YouTube's never getting sued, dude. See, what people don't understand is with YouTube or Twitter or any of these things, you sign an agreement. You sign an agreement with YouTube saying that you're going to follow their guidelines and rules. And now their guidelines and rules can be absolutely absurd. They do not have to make sense. But it's their guidelines and rules. And if you don't follow their guidelines and rules, right? Forget misinformation. That's a whole nother topic. That's starting to die down. I don't know if anybody's noticed. But you could throw the COVID word around. You could do all that. And they can't hit you for misinformation anymore because they don't want to end up like Twitter. Because there's going to be a whistleblower in YouTube. Right now, YouTube is probably scrambling to give everybody in the company bonuses to shut their mouth. Facts.
Summer said she knows how to work the courts to get things through without proof. Laugh my ass off. I got it all recorded.
Hot Mess Summer?
Yeah.
Was she fucking the judge?
I don't know. But that was kind of stupid if you are going to do something like that you're going to say it.
It's so funny though, Game Dev. Like Hot Mess Summer, like these people actually think they're relevant. They're just random ass people that were in somebody's chat who said the right thing and got 10 people to fucking agree with them. Now they think they're gods. The best part is that no matter what these trolls do, they'll never have a following like the real people out here. Like Red, like me, like all the other streamers who went out of their way to spend months and months in the field to try to get enough footage for everybody to understand what was going on with the convoy, with these rallies, with the freedom movement in general, people that stayed down in DC, people who actually got threatened and had guns in their face. Those are threats. When someone rolls up on a campsite and has a gun, I kind of consider that a threat. If that motherfucker pulled the gun out on me, him and the rest of the people that were with him would have got shot. I might not be able to hold and bear a firearm, but I will take one from you and shoot you with your own gun. And that's called self-defense. So don't get close to me. If you pull a weapon out on me, don't ever get more than 2 feet from me. And unlike Jeff, I could back up everything I say. Put me to the test one day. We'll fuck around and find out.
What's that thing? If YouTube was going to get sued, I think that guy Steve would have sued them. He had like 5 million followers and they banned him for life.
Oh, Bannon? Are you talking about Steve Bannon? Or, Oatley didn't have that. Oatley only has like 20,000 or something.
I don't know who that is.
But that's the thing, man. Like Steve Bannon or like Alex Jones or like, Joe Rogan. All these people have millions of followers. If they're getting censored and they're pissed off like we are, they're going to start the ball rolling. They would be the ones doing it. But they're not. Their legal team can't figure out a loophole because everyone signed the agreement. Now, Joe Rogan, if somebody just made an account for Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan never signed up for YouTube and his face was being used in videos and he was being defamed or he was being slandered, he has a lawsuit because he never authorized his image to be used. But that's not the way it works right now. Everyone is on YouTube, signed up for YouTube. So if you don't like YouTube as a platform, you don't like watching Red's channel, turn the channel. Stop tuning in. If you don't like our content, don't watch our channel. If you're here to just bitch about what we're doing, you have somewhere else you could be. Like buried under a landfill. But no one gives a shit what you do. You know? They only care what people that are being successful do. And the scumbags out there will do anything they can to try to chop people down and make them feel bad. The only thing is I don't have any feelings anymore, so you can't do that to me. Game dev, I don't even. I encourage you to do it. I just don't even waste my time anymore, because when my channel blows up and we're out there doing good things and people can see it and they understand and they're subscribing, and my channel blows up to 100 times more than their channel will ever be, I'll use my platform to cancel them. That's what I'll do. I could just put up all the shitty footage I have on all of them, and we'll make videos of that. And once I hit all those numbers, those high numbers, that's what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to grow this channel into something huge. I want to unite the country. I want to help people. I want to bring people together in their communities, their neighborhoods, their backyards. I want to help people. Good will always prevail over evil. So for everyone out there that just wants to talk shit and say that we're not doing anything, we're grifting and all this other shit, we've gotten right here by ourselves. We've got the camper by ourselves. We bought the truck by ourselves. We fix our equipment by ourselves. The only time you guys help us is when we ask. When we're low on money and we need help, that's when we ask. We don't use the money to go and go on elaborate vacations to Disneyland, or ask for $8,000 to retain a lawyer and then move to Texas. We don't do any of that shit. That's grifting. The trolls that are calling other people grifting are the grifters themselves. The definition of grifting is small-time swindle or scam. It's basically taking money for people and then saying you're going to allocate it towards something and then allocating it towards something else. That's a scam. That's a swindle. That's grifting. Jen and I have not grifted one fucking time this entire time we've been on YouTube. Everything we said we were going to do, we did. If we didn't do it, we sent the money back. And that includes, like 2 weeks ago when we were trying to get to Soup Mama, people sent us some gas money, and then we missed the time that we could be there and missed meeting up with her. You know what we did? We sent the money back. Even though we fucking needed the money for gas and stuff like that, we still sent it back. Because we didn't want to be labeled grifters. And now, I don't care if you call us a grifter. We're working on YouTube. We're trying to produce content. This is a job just like every other content on YouTube makes. So this is part of our job now. When we're traveling, the YouTube show will be part of our job, part of our income. And I'm not embarrassed to ask you guys for donations if you enjoy the content. If you don't enjoy the content, then you don't have to be here. You don't have to donate. You don't have to do none of that. It's not expected of anyone. But I'm not going to sit here anymore and allow people to make me feel bad for getting money for something I'm doing.
Oh, that's good, Game Dev. I'm glad to hear that.
Who is Red? Rob Fox.
Car is fixed completely now, JJ.
Yes. Hold on. Is Red live?
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. A tube of silver buffaloes, any quantity, is $1.99 per ounce over spot price. That's not bad at all.
What?
Because we're paying $4 over spot. Guys, if you like what you're seeing right now, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. We're trying to blow Jen's channel up so we can get her onto other crafts and bigger things. Jen's been actually talking about trying to find craft shows in the area and filming them and going out and seeing the different kinds of things out there, the new technologies, the new ideas, you know, sharing cool Pinterest ideas with you guys. Jen's looking into a bunch of new ideas to help out and expand the channel a little bit. So if you guys like what you see and you really want to help support, that like, share, subscribe button is, you know, is the best thing you could do. If you guys want to see other projects, the fundage is a little low, so we're asking if people donate to keep the channel going, to keep Jen motivated and get more projects to do and give her some more airtime. Is that a bee?
I don't know what it is. I'm still trying to figure it out.
A moth? It might be a moth. You see the long antenna?
Yeah, it might be a moth.
I think it's a moth.
I thought it was a beetle.
I don't know.
We can call it a bee.
So it was the alternator game, Dev, right? Goddamn Civics are so predictable, man. They're so predictable. All you got to do is just kind of explain how it sounds. Ask Jen all the time. I'll hop out the car. I'll take a look. I'll listen because the truck don't sound right. Like right now, I got to go fix the trans fluid. I think it's missing trans fluid, which it shouldn't. Rob Fox. No, Wyckoff never beat anybody up. Red punched Wyckoff. Wyckoff punched Red. No one got beat up. The police didn't even really get involved except for to tell them to walk away from each other. So that really wasn't a fight. It was more of an exchange of, I don't know, aggression. Like when I think about someone getting beat up, I think about them getting knocked out or broken jaw or broken nose or stuff I do to people when I hit them, you know? But Wyckoff's a pussy. And Red's got a steel face. So, not a good combination for anyone to get beat up.
Mel said they got a new one, and it's fine now.
Awesome. And that alternator's not incredibly hard to get to, I don't think. So, they lucked out. All you got to do is untension the belt, take 2 or 3 bolts off of the mounting for the alternator, disconnect the wires, exchange it, put it in, connect everything back up. On the way. Yeah, Rob Fox, that's like saying I beat up Ralph. Remember my altercation with Ralph? That wasn't even a fight. Remember my altercation with Ralph when I was down in Hagerstown at Lot B with AFC? Where he started talking shit, got up in my face like he wanted to fight like a man. And then once we started getting in the shoving match, I punched him in his face and I clipped him. And he said I punched him 10 times when all the witnesses there say I hit him 1 time and pushed him several times. Remember that? That wasn't a fight. No one got beat up. But people exaggerate. They want to make something bigger into a little kind of tiny thing. If I beat somebody up, they wouldn't have let me back.
I'm not sure. Jay thinks it's a moth. It might be a bee.
I'm going with a moth, man.
I honestly have no idea. They didn't tell me what it was.
A moth? It's not a butterfly.
It was kind of just thrown in there with the butterfly and the owl.
Is it a mosquito?
And the seahorse. Why would they give you a mosquito?
I don't know.
Cricket Day says a class action lawsuit is forming due to the derailment issue. The meeting last night had a huge turnout, but railroad officials canceled as well as a few other main organizations, several sick families.
Yeah, Cricket Day, I can't even imagine the problems they're going to have in the long run. The railroad, if you guys look into the railroads, okay, you'll see that the system that we have, the rail system, is so underdeveloped for the amount of goods that we have to move across the country. We have one train carrying almost 200 box cars or tankers filled with shit. One train. Now, if you took that train and split it in half, you'd move twice as fast and you'd have double the amount of stuff coming in that day, right? But they don't do that. They want to keep it slow. They want to keep it to where they can control what gets on the shelves because they don't have enough to put up there. So they want to blame it on its delivery problems. The problem comes from the facility. There's a delay on the tracks. The trucks are running late. Whatever it is, they never take responsibility. It's always someone else's fault.
Hey, B.
And yes, Cricket Day, that is one of the byproducts of that vinyl chloride being burned. It's going to get into the atmosphere as clouds form. The same with aluminum sulfate or that aluminum oxide or whatever the airplanes are spreading out in the air as chemtrails to make it rain. It's the same exact thing, except we'll have an acidic, contaminated rain that can fall anywhere, wherever that cloud goes. How come we only have one image of that black cloud from above from an airplane? Where did that black cloud go? Where did it seep? Because it didn't just stay in that black cloud. It's going into everything else in the sky. Cricket Day, you know why? Because if they burned it off, right, they could have got rid of a huge majority of the chemical without cleaning it up to get the railway back moving again, because that's all that mattered, was the commerce, was the money involved with the rail system being shut down. That's the only thing they were worried about. And it shows, because if it came down to public safety, the second that train was derailed, National Guard should have moved in and cleared houses and cleared the whole community, the whole town, the whole city. That's what should have happened. Because that's a major, major hazmat spill. To light it on fire was probably the most irresponsible thing that anybody has ever done with any of those chemicals.
Yeah, why'd they light it on fire?
So JJ, think about it. What state was one of the main deciding on the last election? Ohio. Huh. That's what I was saying earlier. I know. Cricket Day, you're good. That's what I was saying earlier. What else is going on in East Palestine, Ohio, aside this trail derailment? What other reason would they have to want to evacuate an entire town? What's there that they want to do with no one around? That's what I'm thinking. What are they doing? No, Kim Yo, acid rain is still prevalent in the world.
Huh.
Acid rain is still very prevalent in the world. If you take a vial and you collect rainwater from outside your house and you put an acid tester in it, it will come up positive. I'm telling you right now, there's particles and there are things in the air right now that have been circulating the planet for years. When a volcano explodes, okay, it sends a dust plume into the sky that will that could take out the sunlight, and that would travel around the planet within a couple days. So imagine that chloride, that vinyl chloride, being shot up into the sky and traveling around the planet. That's what it's doing. And it's spreading everywhere. It doesn't just sit in one spot.
Did I see someone mention that it found its way into the Ohio River?
Yep. So now the tributaries that come off of the Ohio River run all the way down to the south border and into the ocean. It runs through all these different states. So if you guys are getting any kind of water from up north from the Ohio River, I would suggest that you do not use any of that water at all. I don't even suggest you filter it. I suggest you go somewhere where you can get clean water. Maybe a deep, deep underground well. They are the main suppliers of clay.
What about showering and stuff?
You're going to be showering with vinyl chloride and cyanide and whatever other chemicals that were released during that. Whatever's in the air will contaminate the soil, which will contaminate the groundwater. Once it rains and washes that chemical down through the soil, it'll hit your well, and then your well will be contaminated. B, absolutely. And what did we do to fix acid rain, guys? What did the government do to help us with our acid rain problem? Because it's not just our problem. It's India's, it's China's, it's all these countries that had horrible air quality. They sent all of their crap around the planet and hit us.
I don't even know if I would trust that, Kim.
Charcoal filtering system, Cricket Day, that would work. But you got to imagine, how do you filter it all? Because as it's coming down the streams, as it's coming down the river, it's seeping into the ground around it and under it. And then that groundwater is seeping downhill into communities. Ash is a wealth of this substance.
Cricket says,
Ash and coal.
I heard I don't have physical proof, but there was a test done on the Mississippi River and it tested positive.
Well, Kim Yo, even boiling the water, what the problem with that is I can't go 100% on this, okay? But the boiling point of some chemicals and water may differ. So you may be able to boil off the water and the chemical still resides in the water. Or you may be able to boil off the chemical, but the residue may still be in your cookware, or boiling of the chemical could be releasing it vapor-wise, and you can inhale it and probably get sick. I would 100%, I would 100% start buying water, and I would stock up on as much clean, purified water as you possibly can get. If you're anywhere near these areas, dude, how many gallons of water did I have? 40? I had 40 gallons of water in jugs stored. I left them outside in a shed. They froze, popped open, and I lost all my stored water. That was purified. But it won't stop me from still doing it. I'll still collect water. We still have cases of water. Yeah, you can't remove heavy metals from the water either. See, now there's a video, guys, going around on YouTube right now of somebody boiling water from the Ohio area, and it's coming up with a white film, a white bubbly scum on the top of the water that no one's really, you don't really see that unless you're boiling murky water from like a pond. Yeah, I wouldn't boil it to drink it if you had to. I'm telling you guys right now, if you do not have sealed, purified bottles of water, don't drink the water. Don't shower with that water. Yeah, Kim Yo, you're in Cali, all right? So for this cloud of noxious gas to get to you, it would have to travel over me, over the east coast of the country, over to Europe, over Asia, and back around to you guys. That's the jet stream that circles the planet. So you have an ample amount of time to still use your water system. Anybody to the west of this is pretty much okay for right now. I would suggest stocking up on water. Guys, this is what the prepping channel is all about. Because it might not be a nuclear war. It might not be an invasion. It might not be a grid down situation. It might not be an EMP. It could be a train derailment with chemicals that leaks in your backyard. So you never know what kind of situation is going to happen. A civil unrest is bound to happen soon. So Peg, not Margaret, said they had a derailment to the east of Ann Arbor, what is that, Michigan, this morning. They said only one car had toxic materials and no leaking. Okay. Wendy, life straws are good, but when it comes to this chemical, I can't be comfortable saying that it's actually going to save you. Now, I have something in my prepping gear. It's a chemical test kit, and it does test for these chemicals. So if the water's contaminated, I have a test kit to show that the water's contaminated. I have equipment and stuff that I'm a little bit more advanced than the people that are out there right now. I researched this stuff a long time ago because I wanted to be prepared for any kind of warfare, any kind of infighting in the country. Nothing is off the table. Nothing. when it comes to controlling the population, they will go to no end to do it. Don't think that you're safe because they said it's safe. Don't think it's safe to drink the water because they said it's good to drink the water. All right? You can't remove radioactive particles from the water with a life straw. You can't boil it out. You can't do anything. You have to find another resource to where the water is less contaminated or not contaminated. Black Berkey brand water filter, kind of expensive to use mine. 8 years drinking water. Yes, I have one of those. I had one of those, a Berkey water filter, when I was hiking the AT. They're actually really good. I still wouldn't trust any of these on the market water systems. You would need incredibly expensive equipment to sterilize the water after it's been contaminated with nuclear waste or volcanic fallout or volcanic ash, or there's a million things that you still can't use the straws for, unfortunately. What is that?
Probably his truck. Hey, Uncle Bill, how are you doing?
Uncle Bill! So yeah, guys, that's where we're at with that right now. I'm gonna go and outside.
Oh, it's the FedEx guy.
Oh, FedEx is here.
It's not for me, it's for the neighbor.
Whatever. FedEx. I have to look up my bottles I found yesterday, guys.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Old Yoo-Hoo bottle I brought home. An old mason jar. I was going to give it to Jen's stepdad for his man cave. I thought that would be cool.
Yeah, he'll like that.
I found a gun yesterday, too, but it was a fake gun. a fake revolver, like a cowboy tin gun.
Yeah.
I found that in the pile yesterday. I pulled it out. People were like, oh, shit, he's got a gat.
That's weird.
Wendy, yeah, I have several different types of filter straws. And filtering tablets. I'm going to do a whole video one day because Uncle Bill wanted to see me filter water. I'm going to do a whole video pretty soon on how to get clean drinking water. Now, I don't want to do it right now because I don't want to give anybody false information on how to clean their water in Ohio. So I don't want that to be the first video that pops up that's a recent video and they take it to heart and they get sick because Jay told them to drink out of a fucking life straw. All right, so I got to give that a little bit. Cricket Day. Yeah, that mason jar is from the 1930s. It's a ball glass mason jar. It's got a zinc top with a milk glass seal. They used to have a little piece of rubber in there as well, but that's rotted off over the years. It's actually in pretty decent condition. I found a lot of lids, so if I want, I can go back and exchange the little lid. I didn't bring them all home, but yeah, there's a lot. 3-gallon size, that's not a straw type. Oh, okay, Uncle Bill. The cartridges, yeah. The cartridges are, for any water filter, are usually expensive. Brita might be the cheapest. We have a small Brita filter that if we go to like a faucet, per se, right? A faucet. What I do is I'll filter the water through an RV filter, and then I'll put that water into my my Brita, and I'll get my clean drinking water that way. But yeah, I got to check out these jars. Now, Cricket Day, you have to understand, I bottle hunted for, what was that, like 6 months straight up in the mountains, babe?
Yeah.
I found a dump site that had probably tens of thousands of bottles. It must have been like the town dump at one point. And there were so many jars and bottles and glasses and cookware and garbage that I could have made $1 million off of bottles. The problem is the bottle market is a very small market. There's not a lot of people out there that were looking for bottles. Now this whole chic country style is popping up and things are a little better, but I gave away like 2 huge boxes of mason jars from the 1930s and 20s. The earliest jar I ever found from mason jar was in 1919, or no, that was in 1913 or something like that. I don't know. It was somewhere in those ages, but I have a whole list of how to identify the bottles. I have been researching bottle manufacturing, the earliest, blown glass into molds, things like that. So, like, I can tell the difference between an early and a late period bottle or jar. Yes, that's a $20 bottle of Yoo-Hoo I got. I know. You guys want to see it? Hold on. I got it right out here.
What is it?
Here it is. Yoo-Hoo. You can't really see it because the light sucks.
Sorry, I'm just trying to see something. Do those look like B's to you or eights? Because I got B's
A
and
V?
I've got eights.
Maybe? Oh, wait, hold on. Well, where's the other one? The 8s are on top. What color are the B's?
Green, like a teal.
And what color are the 8s?
Black.
They're 8s.
Yeah, all
Are
of them.
A's red?
A's are red.
Okay.
A's are... What the hell are A's? What the hell are A's? I don't know. I gotta look that up.
I'm gonna go with black because you have black stripes.
No, A's are purple.
Oh, then that's purple. The B's are probably black.
So that would be black then. So those are 8s is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
These are 8s. Alright.
Yoo-Hoo. And this one was made in... No way! Garfield, New Jersey. This was made local. Garfield, New Jersey. That's actually where I grew up. Garfield.
That was made in Garfield?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think he'll like that, right? He'll probably like that one.
Yeah, he'll like it.
And then I have a 5-cent milk bottle. Look at this one. This one says 5 cents right here. See that? 5 cents. I got some silverware in there. This says store bottle, and it is from Reeve Harden Colombian or companies. Hold on. And this one's 1 pint liquid. Hamburg, New Jersey. This one's local too. This was made in Hamburg.
Really?
Yep. These are really cool finds because they're all local.
They're old.
This milk jar or this milk bottle was made 15 minutes away from our house here. And then it was probably filled with a local dairy. So that's pretty cool. It's a store bottle, which means you probably had to drink this in the store or something. I don't know how that works, but it says 5 cents on it. I think it's killer. And then I found, these are all dirty, but this is all silverware. I'm not sure if it's real silver, but I have a testing kit, so we'll get to that eventually. But I always pick up the silverware in the bottles. I don't go for crack stuff. If you find a 1910 medicine bottle and it's got a crack in it, it's still worth money. But if it has, embossed, I always bring embossed. I like embossed. I have a couple painted milk jugs, from the 50s and 40s. These small ones were typically used in schools. Like, there's actually smaller ones than this. This is a pint. The half pint ones were typically used in school systems. And what they would do was they would never throw them out. They would put them in a big rack and they would wash them. And they'd send them back to the company and they would fill them back up and send them back to the schools. Little history for you. And then I have the ball mason jar. And give me 1 sec. I'm going to go get that one. And all of this stuff I was going to give to Steve.
You don't want it?
Jen, I have hundreds
I
of
know.
bottles that are worth way more than these.
I know.
All right, so there we go. Ball mason. You son of a bitch.
What happened?
The light went out.
Yeah, it keeps doing it.
Here's a ball mason jar. Now, by the seams on it, right here, and by the bubbles in the glass, I know this was blown into a mold. So on the top, I don't want to take the top off, but the top says ball. The top says ball, which is original. It's a zinc top. They use zinc because it wouldn't rust and contaminate the food. And inside is a piece of milk glass that acts as a pressure plate for the top of this thing that pushes a rubber seal against it. If you were to do this, canning was huge back in the day because that was the way they preserved their food. And I found a basement in an old abandoned cabin, probably 5 miles into the woods. I climbed into the root cellar of this thing, and I pulled out about 50 of these things. So I have about, I don't know, 50, 60 ball mason jars lying around in a box, in boxes. With the script writing. Yeah, now see ball, I'm going to give you guys an example. Ball, you can tell how old this is by the actual embossing on it. See, ball started getting rid of this loop at the end of the last L. And they also shortened this line right here at one point. Some of the ball jars won't have the word Mason on it. Some of the ball jars have the word Mason. Some of the ball jars have different things on it. But this one's older because it has this loop. If you guys look it up, there's a ball glass jar identification kind of little picture, and it'll show you guys on the internet. I'm going to go and say this is from the 30s to 40s. But it's not super old. And then this thing, this glass topper. Oh my God, this decanter topper, man. Do you know how rare it is to find these things intact? But it's absolutely been used. You can see the sides have been like semi-sandblasted to fit in and hold the seal. But how cool is that? It's huge. That decanter bottle was huge at one point.
You just have the top?
I found the jar, but it's completely destroyed. Like I found the lip that this goes into and the neck of it. But I did find a couple little whiskey bottles. I found a bunch of medicine bottles. I found a lot of stuff yesterday. I need a bag.
Here. You want to use this one? No.
A bag.
Oh. Okay.
A bag.
When do you want to go there?
Number 8 in the bottom says zinc lids, milk glass liner display. But it doesn't fit well. Well, if you need a new zinc lid, I got about 50 of them I found yesterday that are in pretty decent rustic condition. Now, I've spent hours cleaning these jars out. Like, not this one in particular, but I've spent hours cleaning jars out to make them look almost brand new. So if you guys are interested and you really like these jars, I can put them up on eBay. And I'll put them up for a very, very reasonable price because I'm not, I'd rather you guys use them than sit in a box and get broken next time I use it. Yeah, this is an old one. Yeah, the blue, I really get attracted to the colored glass. Colored glass was more expensive to make back in the day. You needed different elements to make it. Like, you'd mix sand with magnesium or sand with, all these different elements to create the color of the glass. So, back in the day, they would use brown glass a lot. Brown glass would keep the liquids inside from being affected by UV light, things like that. The clear bottles, they had a lot of clear bottles. I find a lot of cleaning agents in glass bottles, like pine sols and bleach and things like that. I find a lot of those bottles because people cleaned a lot back in the day, believe it or not. But this blue and this blue, you can't really see them with the lights off, but those blues from Ball, I really love those blues. I can't get enough of them. That's the main ones I save, are the blue glass.
Do you want to get dressed? Oh, you are dressed.
Oh, that's so cool. I actually found 2 old marbles when I was digging yesterday. I'll bring those out at some point, but I forgot to pour them out. They're in the thing with the silverware.
All right, guys, this is where I'm at with this. I'm gonna have to go for a ride in a minute, so let me just show you where this is.
Go for a ride.
All right.
You no clue what I'm talking about right now.
No. Oh.
Oh.
All right, can you guys
Oblivious.
listen? Here, talk to Jay. I'll be right.
I don't want to talk to anything. All right, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. Too much of a mess. Too complicated.
Wait, who just subscribed?
Too complicated. To explain everything.
I don't know. Someone just subscribed to me. I don't know who it is.
Thank you for subscribing to the channel.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Marbles bring back a lot of memories. Oh, hey, Christine. How are you doing today? Haven't seen you in a while. How's Jim? Is he right by you? He usually is, right? What is that? 6? Okay. He's sleeping? Thank you, Christine. I appreciate that. This is the last of the Suncatchers. I figured I'd finish this one. Some people think it's a bee. Jay thinks it's a moth. I have no idea what it is.
What does it say on the package?
They didn't tell me. I'm going to look on Amazon and see if it says anything. That's usually where I find stuff. Oh, just got that stuck to my arm now. Jay's going to use some of the bottles to make some arrowheads.
I like doing that today.
Like the colored ones. So they'll be like, they'll have colors in them. I have one. I just don't know what I did with it. Otherwise, I'd show it to you.
What?
The arrowhead.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
I don't know where it went. I had it over here with my stuff. Maybe I put it in the box. I don't know. It was really cool though. It had like a pink to it, like a pink hue. And I put it on top of my crafting boxes, and I haven't seen it since. It's got to be around here somewhere. Well, he's going to try to make more. You'll probably do that. You're going to do that on your channel, babe?
What?
If you're going to do flint knapping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about today, though.
Yeah, I don't know if when he's doing it. He'll let you know.
I don't know. Let me go for a ride.
Kissimmee, Florida. Huge factory that produces plastic pots on fire. Huge plum hazmat teams out on scene. Seriously? Wow. Another factory fire.
Why aren't we calling any of these factory fires terrorist attacks?
Seems a little strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, why aren't we doing that? Are we trying to create a food shortage in this country so that way we can depopulate?
I don't know, but it's definitely a little suspicious.
It's all suspicious. There's no transparency in this country anymore. We have to guess and come up with conspiracies, and then we're crazy until we find out that somebody fucking blew the whistle and we were right, right?
I wonder now what they're gonna do to distract us. Are they gonna send another balloon out?
Oh no, the balloon thing's over with now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, why not? Balloon things should be over with now, right? The UFO thing, because, you know, we all missed the fact that Biden's being brought up on charges of fraud and conspiracies to commit crimes.
Well, that makes sense now. Now it all makes sense.
Yeah, we all missed that because we were staring up in the sky. Why don't we go there and kick that motherfucker out of the office? Why don't we do that? Why are we allowing a corrupt president to run the country?
I don't know.
We're allowing it. That's allowing things to happen.
You can see video on DAH Boo on YouTube. Toxic fumes all over.
Yep.
Reminds me of the beautiful, what did I say? Sea papaya moths? Huh. I'll have to look that moth up and see what it looks like. Never even heard of it before.
There's some really big moths out there.
Do moths have black on them though? Like black stripes?
Might as well. They usually have big black eyes and huge antenna coming off the front of their... their heads like that. You know,
Yeah, this is
just to
why.
see like the shape of it.
Yeah.
That's like a moth shape. These two antennae that come off of here like that remind me of a moth biology. And the fact that their wings are shorter and stubbier, bigger ass, and small legs. I'm telling you, you look up a moth that's got these weird antennae that are curved out like this. They're wider and then they shorten tipped and go out.
No, I'm not saying I don't believe
Oh
it.
no, that's just my theory.
I'm just saying it's just weird. Because
What, moths are
why
things
would
too?
they throw that in? I don't know.
A
Who
moth?
really wants a moth suncatcher though? Like what?
Some people
I'm
like
not like,
moths.
hey, I want a moth suncatcher.
Maybe some people really like moths. There's some insect guys out there that have a whole collection of stuffed moths.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Guys that collect what is it, anthropology? What is that?
I don't remember
The
the name.
study of insects.
But I know what you're talking about.
Forgot
Yeah.
the name of it, but can't know everything. I can't remember everything.
I don't remember myself, so.
They taught me in school about 20 years ago.
And I watch a lot of bug stuff. Oh, missed one. I'm almost done with this one, guys. There's not too much more to go here. What does that say? Sorry, guys, I missed the chat here.
It says I'm out of smoky sticks.
There's a big rally in DC. I don't know if that's right. Jay's out of smoky sticks.
Starting to get edgy.
Yeah, I know, I can tell.
I gotta smoke this keef. I don't want to smoke it, but that's all I got.
Why don't you want to smoke it?
Cause it's all the last of my nice stash here. That's it.
Kim says, amen, Jay. Biden was born corrupt.
I don't even think it's the same guy anymore.
Sea cropia moths. They were all over as a kid. They were yellow with like red circles on the wings, furry bodies, very cool. Very big moths too. I kept some of those moth cocoonies as a kid. So beautiful. I think I know what you're talking about because I think I used to pick those off the tray too. I used to play with those. Because that's what we used to do as kids. Find stuff and hang out with it outside.
I just posted a vid on TikTok. I reposted it to people.
What?
It's like the guy talking about 80s kids.
Yeah.
He's like, you weren't allowed in the house from dusk till dawn.
Yeah.
Or dawn till dusk.
Yeah.
And like the woods were his playground. Like he's like, yeah, you can go in the woods, build jumps, build forts, light stuff on fire. And he's like, play with fireworks, go rafting down a stream, light more stuff on fire. And he's like, he keeps going into it. He keeps saying light stuff on fire, like light your friends on fire, light bikes on fire.
Well.
But what did we do when we were kids in the woods? That exact shit.
I don't know. Me and my cousin and her friend next door, we went in the woods over somewhere in Sparta, and there was like all these tires that someone got rid of, and we would hang out down there and play with the tires.
We did that, but we'd roll the tires down mountains.
We made a tire swing, all kinds of stuff. I don't know. That's what we used to do. Had to find something to do.
You find a spot away from your parents to do dirt, and then you.
I don't know if it's
you don't get
dirt.
in trouble.
I don't know if it was because we were trying to get in trouble. I just.
No, it's just stuff you do.
Yeah.
That's how you figure out the world. You know?
Yeah, true. All the kids today are missing out. I miss those days. That is true. But the thing is, they don't know that they're missing out. That's it. They don't know. Because they never, experienced it. Kim says, I'm a 70s child. Had fun. Probably. If I was in the 70s, that would have been cool. I think I was behind in the wrong era. I still got some to do here. There's just a couple more I'm doing. And then I just put the little diamonds on the bottom. Same gist as the other ones. See? Thank you, I appreciate that. Ugh. I'll take pictures of it later. I'll put it up on the eBay site with the rest of the stuff I gotta put up there. Where's the smokes? He would have loved to have gone to Woodstock, but wasn't born yet. Me either, but that would have been so cool to go. That would have been interesting, yeah. Homemade banana bread 2 days ago. It's almost gone. So fattening, but it's so good. That sounds good, Christine.
Homemade stuff sounds
Homemade
good.
banana bread, huh?
Is it hot in here?
Yes. Christine, yeah, especially to see the awesome musicians that are not with us anymore. My mom's making, well, I'm not with banana bread, but my mom's making pot roast.
I almost went to Woodstock 94. Or 95, whatever that was, 97.
Jay almost went to Woodstock 97. I didn't even know they had that.
It was 94 or 97 or something.
Where's the cigarette?
I got invited. I just, my parents refused to let me go.
How old were you?
I was young. I was in my teens.
Oh, well, there you go. That's why. You love pot roast?
Yep.
Yeah, they're making that for dinner tonight. Baked potatoes, I think. Hey, Yellow Rose 62. How are you doing? How's your husband doing? Is he healed? Is he feeling better? I know he had some fractured ribs.
That hurts.
You need to come to my house, Kim. Hurry up, go to the airport. Get on a plane. By the time you get here, the pot roast will be done.
Maybe. The heater is absolutely non-functioning anymore. Great. I wonder how much that's going to cost.
Well, at least it wasn't cold last night. That little heater warms up in here a lot. That little electric heater. That works pretty good. He has recracked his ribs bending over, so he's still on the mend. Oh my goodness. We can all have girls' night with Jen after the pot roast. How many are coming here? Well, I pray that your husband's ribs bend better and tell him to stop bending over. He's never going to heal. No. I'm getting off. Well, I'm going to get going, guys. I got to do a couple errands. I think Jade might go live later, right?
Yeah.
So,
what the fuck is this now?
I don't know. Let me see. Oh, it's an oil truck from down the street. Yeah, see you later. Sorry, Yellow Rose. I've been in here for an hour and 50 minutes. But thanks for coming and saying hi.
Come back.
I hope to see you guys later, too. You guys enjoy your day, all right?
I'm going to go live in a little bit.
Jay's going to go live in a little bit. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you, Wendy, for coming in. Love you guys.
Don't forget to check out the eBay store for your own personalized Jersey Gen art.
Yes, definitely check out the eBay store. I will be putting up more stuff. You too, Game Dev. Love you too. Talk to you guys later. Bye.